V99 ULT, driving Valerie today. And I haven't driven this, honestly. I don't think I've driven this since our days at Iggy. But finally back to work. But to kind of explain the title of this video, for how long? Because if you notice, like basically what happened was, while I was on vacation and everything, both to rest and recuperate, and I decided, like, until my phone got fixed, which it is fixed, like my battery is right now at 98%, I was like, I'm not gonna go to work until I get my charging port fixed. And thankfully it did, because like the wireless charger that I spent about 20 bucks for on Walmart.com and everything, it works for every phone but mine, because my dad troubleshooted it, no problem with his phone. My phone, on the other hand, like Samsung, when you was building the Galaxy S22 and everything, like, why is the camera just so uneven? When you try to like lay it flat on the ground, it just gets that like slanted part and everything, like a drunk person taking your picture. But anyway, so said all that to say that right now there's a bit of a funding issue. There's a case of where Jersey City may stop funding VIA in favor of another service. So chances are I may not be working with VIA for that much longer. But either way, I knew that at some point I was going to end up saying goodbye to this company, but it may end up being sooner than I expected. But as for today, we'll see how it goes. 7 a.m. It literally just turned 7 a.m. And basically over here, more by the Harborside Financial Center, which is like a block or two down from there. All I know is I wanted to check in here because the passenger getting out of the van just now mentioned how a piece may have broken off from the van. It's just, I don't think it did, but at the same time, you know, still good to check around just to be sure, because these vans eventually will have to go back to Zipcar. So we got to make sure that they're as good as possible and everything. Like, would it be nice if funding would still continue for the company? Yes, it's not just because I would still have a job. It's because of the fact that, like I mentioned in a number of videos, there are aspects that comes from having shorter buses as opposed to longer ones, and you can't get a shorter bus than a minivan. Like, just saying. So just was able to finish a series of line runs and everything, where all my passengers so far this morning have been really sweet and everything. Like, said all that to say that just gonna continue on and see how the day goes. I promised Roa that I would use his latest song, Morning Sky, at the beginning of my next VIA vlog and everything. So hopefully including this shots at the intro when I show like certain shots and everything, and you hear more of the music in the background, and I say what assigned vehicle I have. I hope that this is enough and everything. But it's right now 8:07. I got less than an hour left for my shift and everything, because today and tomorrow I'm working from 6 to 9. And basically, Lee said all that to say that a few of the rides, all the passengers I had today were good. I am just happy that there was a girl that wanted to place some luggage in the trunk and everything, and she was nice about it and everything. But at first, I totally forgot when I got to the destination, and you know, I dropped her off, and you know, oh, my mind drew a blank and everything. I started driving off. She's like, hey, and she wasn't nasty about it. I wanted to establish that she wasn't mean. She was able to get her luggage. I'm apologizing. She's like, it's okay. And it got less than an hour. Left. So I got, from the looks of it, 2 shuttle runs, which should basically be around here in the Greenville area. And then that's that. All I know is I might get some additional shots. Like, I might like go to a parking lot or something before I head back to the lot. We'll see. Like, you'll find out by the next hard cut. Okay, so maybe not a parking lot, but either way, it's 8:52, and yes, I got technically 8 minutes left for my shift. The thing is that it is not going to take 8 minutes to get back to the lot. I should be back there by like 9:15, 9:20 at best and everything, which honestly, Via owes me money. Like, the fact that we cannot start our vans a half hour early now, we now have to start 10 minutes early. And I'm guessing it's just one of the many ways to try to still receive funding from the city and everything, which is annoying, but it is what it is. So, yeah, it happens. All I know is that, like, I remember I was trying to, like, make my way out of the corner. Like, I've been trying to, like, be more calm today with regards to driving and everything, and for the most part it's helped. It just annoys me, like, when, like, there's just this one corner when you're trying to make your way out. One is able to get out, and then you're trying to make your way out and everything, and then there's just these number of drivers that just try to box you in. The fact that this is a blonde driving a Mustang right here, like, you had to have that car from daddy's money. Anyway, so said all that to say that I'm just right now cruising on my way back to the lot. I'm not stressing myself out or anything. In fact, now I think about it, let me spit out this gum that I've been meaning to spit out for the longest of time. Still keeping an eye on the van as best as I can. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to mention. My mom and I were over here at Liberty State Park yesterday because, like, we had an appointment in Journal Square and we were on our way back over to Bayonne where Dad would pick us up and everything. Like, at first we were on the local, which terminates at 22nd Street. But then, like, oh, my jacket got snagged. But then, on our way over here, all of a sudden, on our way there, like between Jersey Avenue and this station, like, all of a sudden there started to be some mechanical issues with the train that we were on. And, you know, we got here, their operator makes an announcement, this train is out of service. So, basically, like, the train left early and everything. The express thankfully came right behind it and stuff. And, you know, basically it was kind of convenient because of the fact that we were going to eventually get on the express anyway to get back to 8th Street where Dad was. So, you know, the fact that I'm over here by the station again is something. But either way, I'm gonna head back to the lot. It's right now 8:55. I know I'm not gonna catch this light that's green to make the right-hand turn, but it'd be nice. Behold the glorious thumbnail, and sorry for the background noise. They're doing work on the highway over here, so, you know, it literally just started just as I started taking the pictures of the, started taking the pictures for the pre-trip inspection. But either way, that's the morning. And just a heads up for this week, I am only working both today and tomorrow, only because of the fact that basically what's happening both this week and 2 weeks from now is that I am taking part in a OSHA certification course. So basically the idea is so that I'd be able to volunteer for a nonprofit organization on my spare time. And in order to like take part in like this in New York State, you need to be OSHA certified now. And this organization, most underappreciated in the world, basically does its best to try to comply with local laws and everything. So, you know, said all that to say that, you know, it's not that I'm not gonna be not doing work on Friday out of neglect or whatever, but hey, I gotta say, like, the last time I was here, it was honestly one of the worst days I've ever had at VIA and everything. And that was of course what happened 3 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago, because I didn't go to work the following week because I was like, I'm not going back to work until I got my phone fixed. And I got my phone fixed a week when when Friday, basically the following week I was already going on vacation, which is why I was able to take that Metro North train last week. All I know is one of my passengers from today, very sweet, like she's a new subscriber and stuff. Like we were, you know, just talking about like certain things and everything, like stresses in life and so much more and everything. And you know, without going into much detail, how she's doing her best to both take care of her aging mother and also like work for her job and stuff and everything. And I gotta say 100% props to that, because like I know that's not easy and everything. Like props to my avuncular, that means aunt and uncle, in case anyone was wondering, and for doing my best to care for my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, these last few years and everything. And you know, right now, well, there's just a lot going on in the family and everything, and you know, my aunt and uncle, like they go through a lot, both caring for both her and their 3 kids, and you know, the fact that you know there has been others that's done their best to be able to try to support and everything, and like it's not easy. But you know, I just wanted to give, you know, everyone that's doing their best to like care for either their aging parents or like any older ones or whatever, like y'all have my 100% respect. Because I know when I was driving the wheelchair vans and everything, though they didn't make up the majority of the disabled listed passengers, like I gotta say, like there were challenges and everything. I had some that, you know, like had to a degree a mindset that, you know, wasn't always the best and everything, but it happens. Like for instance, more than once today I heard certain passengers that that basically mention, I heard certain ones mention some of the drawbacks to some of my fellow driver partners and everything that are of different ethnicities. I think I'm one of the few VIA drivers with an American accent, for instance, and everything. Not, like, just because you have an American accent doesn't outright mean that you're American and everything. But said all that to say that as far as like, you know, oh, there were ones that was mentioned like, oh, there's ones of this ethnicity or that ethnicity that doesn't drive the best, or they don't like to be reasoned with or whatever and stuff. And you know, sometimes it has there's sometimes we have bad days at work and everything. Literally the last time I was driving for VIA, like what I was telling what passenger what was going on is that we need our phones for work. And while it would be nice if VIA could provide us with a phone for the day, almost like how the Census Bureau was able to provide me with a phone, and literally the only time I ever used the iPhone in my life, like you know, I'm just happy with the fact that we're being provided with a van. And not to mention pretty good vans. The van that I had today, Valerie V99. I love the Toyotas and I love the Hondas and everything. And like the other vehicles, like they're okay. The Chryslers are okay, to a degree. They're not my favorite. The Benz, like they drive good. It's just honestly, as far as wear and tear is concerned, like I can't stand the wear and tear that they go through nowadays. The electric cars, I'm like, let me drive one of them again. Like literally the electric cars that I drove for VIA, they're no longer in the fleet and everything. And the last one I driven, well, you know, so that's that. And the Kia Carnivals, of course, I'm not a big fan of. Like the few times I've driven them, I was never a fan of them at all. Oh, but hey, either way, ready to go home. Like, I know it's still the morning and everything, but when you've been driving for a few hours, like, it just gets to you. Still got some iced coffee and everything. Basically, where I was yesterday, they were able to supply they were able to like have some like free bagels available, so I was able to take as much as I can, idealistically, so I can have breakfast for both today through Friday and everything. Because like with regards to this OSHA certification course, like it's basically on Zoom, so you know, that's that. But either way, ready to go home. See y'all later.